The last of the Saadhan Chatustay is Mumukshu. Now, Mumukshu means one who wishes for Mukti. Now, one thing to understand is that what is it that people are actually looking for in this world? There's actually two things. One is that my joy that I have, the status that I enjoy, the money that I have, the comfort life that I have, stays with me forever. And that the second is that the pain never comes. So I never lose what I have, never die. My status stays the same. Every human wants these two things. Is one or the other. Either it's, coming from senses, or it's coming from the senses in one way or another. Whether it be some sort of pleasure. So Mukti is something that's above both these things. Now, Shri Bhartri Hariji, the person who wrote Virag Shatak, Niti Shatak, and Shingar Shatak, in his Virag Shatak, now I'll kind of condense it down, and I'll speak to everyone in my own way as well. Is what he says in it, that he says, first I went towards the ground, and because I knew that Sheshnag is in the ground, who has these monies or stones of power in his forehead, and if I can just get one of them, I'll be able to do anything I want with it. But then he said, as I started to dig towards the ground, Sheshnag, being a snake, hissed at me, and I got scared and came back. So then he goes, secondly, what I tried to do is I tried to go towards the heavens to meet Indra, to see if, he can help me out. But that didn't work either. And then, because there was already too many Devde around him, so they didn't let him close by. They didn't let him near him. Couldn't get to him. And then he says, I started to wander around the world, trying to gather, knowledge of where everything was, so I can show everybody that I'm, such a big person. I've traveled the whole world. Right now, when you look at it in kind of our modern thinking, what do we try to do? We first try to find an easy way out of life. Like I try to win the lottery, or do something in life where, we get everything we want to. Everything in a snap of a finger, we get all our wishes fulfilled. And obviously that doesn't happen. You have to try hard. You have to go to school. You have to educate. You have to work hard in order to earn what you want to. So then what a person does is he or she tries to get to know a person who is already in that state of power. Either somebody rich, somebody powerful, hoping that they may give us something, or help us get something that we want.
That's true.
But what happens is that person already has enough yes men around them, or yes women around them, and that had all these devte around them, right? So he couldn't get to them.
Okay.
So then, when that doesn't work out, what does a person do? A person travels the world, and I see people posting pictures on Facebook. I traveled to Cuba, I traveled to Europe, showing everybody that I've traveled the world. I'm well traveled. I'm well read. I can talk about everything. I'm a big and bad person. Mukti is something that's above all of this, right?
But can traveling be something you just enjoy doing, and that's why you're doing it?
Yeah, you can enjoy something doing it, but it's not going to give you any status.
Yeah, it's not going to give you any status, okay.
Right? And, what happens when the traveling is done? You're back to zero.
Then you're looking for something else again.
Right.
Yeah, the fulfillment.
So the thing is, Mukti is something that's everlasting, right?
Yeah.
And remember, joy, a person is trying to find everlasting joy.
Yes.
Right? Another story that comes to mind is Bhagat Fariji, when his mother, she tried to get him to understand how to do namaz, so she taught him how to do namaz. And Bhagat Farid's question was, well, why should I do namaz? And his mother said, well, because if you do namaz, you'll get sweets.
Okay.
So what she used to do is, when Bhagat Fariji would do his namaz, she would quickly take some sweets and sneak it under his prayer mat.
Okay.
And then when he would be done, he would lift off the prayer mat, he would see some sweets.
Okay.
So one day what happened was, his mother was gone to the store or the market, and it was time for Bhagat Fariji to do his namaz. He did his namaz, but what happened that day was he reached a state of no desire. He reached a state where he realized that all these other things were temporary. He saw, again, his son Singh Maskeen used to say, he saw a glimpse of God, like a lightning flashing into the crowd, in the in the clouds in the sky on a dark and stormy night, and you know how you can just see everything for a split second, right? That's how he saw everything in a split second, and he knew, oh, there's a higher state that never goes away. And then when he finished his namaz, he began to cry, and he sat there. And then his mother came and she saw him crying, and she said, "Oh, Farid, oh, you know, I met Allah on the way today, and He gave me your matiyanya." And then the first thing he does is he gets up and he bows to his mother, and that's where he writes the Shabatin Tan Jane Di Mao Aaye Safal Se. Right, you know, blessed is the mother. Yeah, blessed is the mother that took me on the right path. He goes, Mata, today I understood what the real sweet of life is, what the real sweets of life was. This is what Mukti is. Mukti is something that is a state of pureness, which is above desire. It needs nothing else. It makes the mind unstill. It makes the mind still. All the desires are vanquished.
You're not looking for that something.
Right. Until then, a person does not become a Mumukshu. So a person has to, this is where it's important to tie everything together, where the Vivek needs to come together, where a person needs to understand that nothing in this world is permanent, everything is going to go. No pleasure will stay, no pain will stay. Joy and sorrow are two.
Happiness will stay,
They're like a wave, it goes up and down. Right, it'll go up as much as it'll come down. Right, and then Mukti, then and the Virag is to not have that detachment from everything of this world. And then when a person begins to, you know, do the Khat Sampati, the six wealths, begins to practice that, and then when they have that wish of becoming, Mukt, to receive that salvation, to become free of all bondages of earth, then a person goes to the Guru and says, I am here to ask you how to receive this Mukti. And then the Guru then will give you the true wisdom.
You need a Guru.
Yeah, you need a Guru.